to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
What's up, Dub Nation? Today we're diving into a hot topic buzzing among fans, the potential trade that could bring Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Bay Area. Could this be the right move to strengthen the team? We want to hear your opinion. But before we dive in, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on the Golden State Warriors. Your support is crucial in helping us bring you amazing content and keeping everyone up to date with the latest on our team. This week, Warriors GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. made it clear that the team is eager to bring in reinforcements, something that resonates with both the players and us fans. With legends like Stephen Curry still at the core, the Warriors aren't willing to waste any time. They want to make the most of every chance to chase another title. The phrase, "we're not going to play it safe," reflects this drive for action, which has led the team to target stars like Paul George and Lauri Markkanen over the summer. However, Dunleavy also emphasized that the team isn't desperate. They want to ensure any trade improves our chances of contending for a championship, rather than simply making headlines in the ultra-competitive Western Conference. So, what do you think? How could the team improve even further? We know the market is tricky, and top-tier options like Zach LaVine and Brandon Ingram are tough to secure right now. Plus, players like Joel Embiid aren't available either. But there's one intriguing name floating around, Giannis Antetokounmpo. After a string of disappointments since their 2021 title, some believe Giannis could become a realistic target if the Milwaukee Bucks don't step up their game. If the opportunity arises, do you think the Warriors should go all in on a trade for Giannis? How could such a deal be structured? Of course, Giannis is a game changer, but the financial situation of both the Bucks and Warriors complicates things. Is it worth navigating those hurdles? Some ideas involve bringing in a third team like the Toronto Raptors to help facilitate a blockbuster trade, possibly involving young talents and draft picks. Do you think it's worth giving up so many valuable assets to land one superstar? Of course, everything depends on Giannis' decision. If he requests a trade, the dynamics change, and the Warriors could present an enticing package with their promising young pieces and future picks. But would that be enough? Teams like the Houston Rockets and San Antonio Spurs might have even more appealing offers. Do you think the Warriors' package will be strong enough to interest the Bucks? A trade of this magnitude is no simple decision. For the Warriors, balancing competitiveness now with future success is delicate. Would they be willing to give up key assets to bring in Giannis? An initial lineup featuring him and Curry would be incredible, but it could leave the roster lacking depth. Can you imagine this team contending for titles? How would the chemistry between Curry and Giannis work on the court? In the end, the pursuit of Giannis isn't just about the present. It's also about the Warriors' future. The chance to build a truly formidable team is on the table, but it comes with risks. What do you think? Is it a bold and necessary move, or is it better to focus on developing the current roster? Personally, I'm torn between going for a superstar or trusting in the talent we already have. Leave your comment and share your thoughts. And of course, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all things Warriors and NBA. Now, let's take a closer look at what this trade would mean for the future of the Golden State Warriors. We know Giannis is one of the biggest talents in the NBA, and having a player of his caliber alongside Stephen Curry would be something incredible to witness. But a trade of this magnitude would require significant sacrifices. We're talking about giving up promising young players like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and even future draft picks that could shape the franchise's future. The big question is, would it be worth it? Looking at the Warriors' recent history, we've seen how the development of homegrown talent like Klay Thompson and Draymond Green was essential in building the team's dynasty. So, by bringing in Giannis, the team will be going all in on the present, seeking another title now, but the cost could be a weakened long-term future. Another important point is team chemistry. Curry and Giannis together could form one of the most dynamic duos in the NBA, with Curry dominating from the perimeter and Giannis wreaking havoc in the paint. But how would this new formation impact the style of play that has made the Warriors so successful? With the team's hallmark being quick ball movement and floor spacing, it would be interesting to see how Giannis, who thrives in the paint, would adapt to this system. We also have to consider that age is becoming a factor. While Curry is still performing at an elite level, he's over 35, and bringing Giannis would clearly be an attempt to maximize Curry's remaining prime years. But again, this leads us back to the question, Are we ready to sacrifice the future for one more title run with this core? And of course, there's competition. Even if the Warriors make an offer, other teams will also be eyeing Giannis. As I mentioned earlier, teams like the Rockets and Spurs have the resources and financial flexibility that could make their offers more appealing. So it's not just about wanting Giannis. The Warriors would have to outbid several strong contenders to land him. Now, I want to hear from you. If you were the Warriors GM, what would you do? Would you risk it all to bring in Giannis and give Curry and company one more shot at a title? Or would you keep betting on the development of young talent to ensure the team remains competitive in the future? This is a decision that could define the next decade for the Golden State Warriors. As a Warriors fan, the possibility of bringing Giannis Antetokounmpo to the team leaves me torn. On one hand, it's impossible to deny the impact he would have on the roster. Giannis is a transformative player, capable of changing the course of a season almost single-handedly. The idea of seeing him play alongside Stephen Curry is exciting, a duo of stars that could compete with any team in the league. Having an athlete of Giannis' caliber alongside the greatest shooter of all time could be the key to another immediate title, something every Warriors fan would love to see. However, I'm concerned about the cost of such a trade. Giving up young talents like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, or even future draft picks would be a huge sacrifice. These players represent the future of the franchise, and we know the Warriors have a culture of developing homegrown talent that has already brought a lot of success in the past. If we traded all those assets to bring Giannis, we'd essentially be putting all our chips on the present, which can be risky. Another thing that makes me reflect is the issue of chemistry. The Warriors built their success around a very particular style of play: quick ball movement, floor spacing, and precision shooting. Giannis is a player who thrives attacking the paint, and I'm curious to see how he would fit into that system. It would be an interesting but complicated adjustment. I wouldn't want the team to lose its essence trying to adapt to a new superstar, no matter how talented he is. For me, the ideal scenario would be for the Warriors to try to keep their young talents and only go for a trade for Giannis if it's something that truly makes sense and doesn't destroy the future of the franchise. Sure, winning now is tempting, but we can't forget that the team's success came from a long-term vision with patience and development. So, in my opinion, if the opportunity arises to bring in Giannis without sacrificing too much of the future, it would be amazing. But if the price is too high, it might be better to keep building around the core we already have, trusting in the development of our young players and the legacy that Curry, Draymond, and the other veterans have already created. What about you, Dub Nation? Do you think it's worth the risk?